As humans, our superpower is our advanced cognitive ability, our highly developed access to complex reasoning, abstract thinking, complex languages, self-awareness. I mean, the list goes on. Our brain power is what sets us apart from other animals on this planet. However, there are some animals that possess abilities that you will not believe, and I'm going to share those with you today. Welcome to the top 5 animals with actual superpowers. Did you know there's an animal on this planet that can technically and biologically live forever? What if I told you there's a species of jellyfish called the immortal jellyfish, which is kind of self-explanatory. What makes this jellyfish immortal is the ability of its cells to start a process called transdifferentiation at will. And during this process, the cells that make up the jellyfish can revert themselves to a completely different structure. Because of this ability, the immortal jellyfish can combat the effects of aging and reverse any damage taken from predators. However, the only downside to this is the fact that they're the size of a human fingernail at full maturity. So it is extremely unfortunate that the one creature on this planet with the most broken ability to be immortal is extremely small. But it's actually a good thing for us. Imagine if a large predator like a bear, a lion, a tiger had this ability. That's a wrap for us. And moving on to the next one, we have a much larger animal to talk about here, and that's the hippopotamus. Have you ever heard the weird fact that hippos' sweat is red like blood?
To protect them from UV rays, they instead need to secrete a special substance that is often confused by humans as blood, but it's actually not blood.
The hippo has the ability to secrete these, the hipposudoric acid and the non-hipposudoric acid. I did my best with that, but I could have pronounced that wrong. But yeah, these two chemicals that hippos naturally produce act as a sunblock and a natural antibiotic. So hippos naturally produce chemicals that help block UV rays, restricts the growth of disease-causing bacteria, and makes them waterproof. The reason why this all appears red is due to the chemicals reacting to oxygen once it breaks the skin. And that's not even the only ability that these guys have. A fully grown male hippo can get up to 9,000 pounds, dude. 9,000 pounds, and they can run at a max of 28 miles per hour. That is terrifying. So yeah, next time you see a hippo, leave it alone. Just leave it alone. And the next animal we have on this list is the dung beetle, and we all know this guy is a little gross. He likes to eat the boom boom of other animals, likes to eat doo-doo, for those who don't know, and that's gross, but he does have a pretty cool ability. If we're gonna talk about how animals have superpowers, we have to talk about my boy, the dung beetle, okay? If we don't bring up this guy, it's like making a video about the best superheroes and not mentioning the Hulk. And there's a reason why I say the Hulk. This guy can push up to 1,141 times its own weight, making it the strongest animal in the world. And to put things into perspective for you, right, just for comparison, 1,141 times a human's body weight is like lifting 165,000 pounds. So basically, if you went into the ocean and you lifted up a cargo ship out of the water, that is basically how much this thing can lift in comparison to its body weight. So you gotta have this guy on the list. I mean, that is a crazy ability to have. Maybe change your diet, stop eating boom boom, find something else to eat, but congratulations on that. And coming up next on our list, we have the wood frog. You know how every sci-fi movie wants to push this idea of cryo sleep, like you go to sleep in a tube and you wake up 1,000 years later at your destination? Well, believe it or not, there's actually a frog in northern Alaska that can actually do this. When it is time to hibernate, the Alaskan wood frog can stop his heart from beating and stop his respiratory system as well. This allows the frog to completely freeze over. And then after 6 to 7 months of hibernation, when the weather gets warmer It will then thaw out the frog after 24 hours and become fully functional again, which is insane. And what also makes this possible is that the wood frog has blood glucose levels that is 10 times higher than other amphibians, allowing it to retain much more water than usual. And that brings us to the final animal on our list. I have saved the most interesting one, in my opinion, for the end. And that little guy is the sea cucumber. This little dude can appear pretty uninteresting, but what if I told you he has an ability that no other animal has? And that ability is to liquefy themselves, to slip through cracks and get away from predators.
Say, that's pretty impressive. For a popsicle. Psychic.
This bizarre superpower allows the sea cucumber to shapeshift. Then, once they're no longer in danger, they can re-solidify themselves and continue on as normal. This is possible due to the sea cucumber having a specific type of skin made of collagenous tissue. This tissue is known for being able to stretch, slide, and reorient itself without taking any damage. And there you have it. As humans, our superpower is our intellect. However, other animals in this world have more physical abilities that help them survive, abilities that we can only dream of replicating. And if you made it to the end, please don't forget to like and subscribe. It's the best way to support this channel, and also let me know in the comments which was your favorite superpower you learned today. Which one would you love to have for yourself? Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.